today, I'm going to be talking to you about a very important topic in pregnancy, hypertension. Hypertension. Now you may think, it doesn't disturb me, it doesn't bother me. I'm 21, I'm 19. As a person of color, as a black person, and I don't care if you're lighter skinned than you and if you're a black person, you're a black person. This applies to you, a person of color. You are more predisposed to hypertension than your white counterparts. You are more predisposed to fibroid than your white counterparts. But today we are talking about hypertension. And so when you have this knowledge that as a black person, as a person of color, you are more predisposed to hypertension, you should be proactive about managing hypertension in pregnancy. Alright? And one of the ways you can be proactive about managing hypertension in pregnancy is what? Your diet. When you are pregnant and you are a black person, especially, listen to me, you are a black person and you're pregnant, you must do everything possible to control your salt consumption when you are pregnant. How? We are Africans. We love our tasty food. Do you know that there is a way to make your food flavorful and tasty without using raw salt? I'm going to show you. So before me, these things that you see before me are ways that you can flavor your food and get your broth to be tasty, get your stock to be tasty without using salt. These are large prawns, jumbo, dry prawns. They're very sweet. Let me see, I'm eating them. In fact, this thing was full and stuff. I've almost finished it. There we go. You get your prawns, you get your onions. As a pregnant woman, if you're a bed-safe mama, and your house is literally not full of onions, I don't even know what you're doing. These onions are important for everything. Everything. Don't joke with them. You get your onions? In my case, you call this thing uyaya. In English, it's called the Idan fruit. You get your crayfish. So this is for traditional stock, traditional broth. This is not for stew. This is like for making soup, right? You get your periwinkles. You get your whelks. In my case, we call it ukonko. You get your shrimp. Let me give you the trick with shrimp. Are you seeing this shrimp? It is the shell that is important. Wash the shell, remove the salt, remove the sand, remove the grit. That shell, don't allow them cheat you and say, oh, auntie, we're going to dress the shrimp for you and take away the shell. No, it's that shell that you want. The shell is so rich in minerals, it's rich in taste, it's rich in flavor, it's rich in calcium. Remember I told you what calcium does for your blood pressure? Remember? So how do you use all these things? This one, in my place they call it liver. I don't know what they call it in your place, go and find out. And then this one is fish. So how do you combine all these things together? So you want to make a very tasty pot of soup, yeah? You start with your dry prawns, you start with this, you put your onions, a lot of it, enough. There are no rules, all the rules go out the window when you're pregnant. Put a lot of onions, put your Idan fruit, this thing is a natural food sweetener. Put your shell, with the shell of your shrimp. If you have crabs, fantastic. You know what you do? You take all those ingredients, you put them in a pot of water and reduce the flame to very low flame and allow it simmer for about 30 minutes. You can put a seasoning cube if you like. Have you ever mentioned salt? No salt. No salt. When you taste the broth, after 20-30 minutes of low heat simmering, you'll be shocked. What am I going to say you'll be shocked? We even did some. Uda, what is that? Don't you have some bread? We have some bread, right?
Yeah, we have some.
Let's see. So we did some. We prepared some just before this demonstration. Nothing like salt went into that broth. You need to see the color. You need to inhale the aroma. You need to taste it. It's amazing. And not one spoon of salt. Okay, here you go. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see how rich the color is? Really, what it tastes like? What does it taste like?
So sweet.
Be serious, is it?
Oh.
Don't finish my food! Go away! Does it taste as if it doesn't have salt?
Yeah.
And there you have it. This is what you want. Pregnant mamas, this is what you want. You want your broth, which is the base of your food, to be rich in flavor, to be rich in taste without raw salt. Build your taste, build your broth without raw salt. You see this thing in pregnancy. If nobody has told you, I told you that when you come to bed safe, you hear what your traditional antenatal will not tell you. As a black person, whether you're in Canada, you're in Nigeria, you're in US, you're in UK, as a black pregnant woman, don't follow your white counterpart and say you are doing salt bay. You know I told you that in bed safe, we will tell you things that your traditional antenatal does not tell you. As a black person, you are more predisposed to fibroids. As a black person, you are more predisposed to hypertension, and that includes pregnancy. I don't care if you're 19. In fact, let me shock you. I had a 22-year-old who was fighting, no renal problems, no kidney damage, nothing. She was fighting with her BP in pregnancy. We are talking levels of 180 systolic, 170 systolic, 22 years. So use your tongue and count your teeth. Any way you can avoid salt in pregnancy, do it. Reduce your salt consumption to the barest minimum. If you have to salt, at the end of your cooking, just put a little to taste. Don't pour in a container, 40-feet container of salt and say, oh, this salt must answer me today. Then you come and say, hey, doctor, my BP is 180. Learn to flavor your meals without salt. Use salt sparingly at the end to taste. I hope you got value from this video.